Next is question number 24. So what it says, same type of question, determine if f defined by this function is continuous or not. So this kind of question might come in exam also, okay, so prepare well. And these are very simple question also. So determine if f is continuous or not, means this function is continuous or not, you have to check. So we know this is always continuous for all value except not except, I will say, we have to check at 0 whether it will break or not. Other than that, it will be continuous at all point, we know that, right? So we will check at 0 it will break or not. If it break at 0, then it will be discontinuous at 0, or otherwise it will be continuous at all point, okay? So we will find out at 0 whether it will be continuous, and I have already explained why we used to check only at 0, not other point. If you are not understanding this, the one which I have said just now, that we are checking only on 0, then it means that you have not seen previous videos well, okay? So you have jumped it, the video, that's why you are not understanding. So you need to watch all the videos, then only you will understand. So at x equal to 0, or first thing we will redefine this one, okay? You can see fx is equal to this function if x not equal to 0 means what? Other than 0, for all value this will be the function. Not equal to 0 means for 0 only this won't be the function. For 0 this is the function they have said. Other than 0, x not equal to 0 means what? Other than 0, right? Other than 0, for all values this will be the function. So can I write this one like this? Fx is equal to x square sine 1 by x for x less than 0. For x less than 0 this is the function. X square sine 1 by x for x greater than 0, this is the function. For equal to 0, this is the function. Can I redefine like this? Why I am redefining this one like this? Because when you used to find out limit, what you used to do? You used to take values, right? So values, which one you will take? Either less than 0 or greater than. Right hand limit you will take greater than 0, left hand limit less than 0, right? So for that reason only we have redefined. We cannot work like this only, okay? Anyway, so let's find out whether it will be continuous or not at x equal to 0. Okay, so at x equal to 0, let's find out left hand limit. Limit x tends to 0 minus f of x. Let me directly write down. X tends to 0 minus means less than 0, right? Less than 0 means this is the function. For greater than also this will be the function, right? So if same function, obviously right hand limit, left hand limit, you will get same. So anyway, I will do all the part, okay? So this I will write x square sine 1 by x. So this kind of question you have done in class 11 also. Now how you will solve? Simply 0 I cannot put it here, right? Because this will become 1 by 0, which is undefined. So sine of undefined, what value you will find out? So it's not possible to find out directly by putting 0. So what you will do? Remember in class 11 what we have done? Either simplify it and convert into duplicate function, or what you will do is use identity. If you cannot use identity also, then the last option is substitution, and then come back to simplification and identity, okay? So first step is simplification. Can I simplify this one into other functions such that I can put x equal to 0 directly? So yes, I can convert. You can see limit x tends to 0 minus sine 1 by x is the problem here, right? Now this one, can I convert into identity or not? Remember identity, what it was? Limit x tends to 0 minus, suppose you have sine 1 by x. So to make identity, what I need? What I need is 1 by x tends to 0 minus, this will be 1 by x. Remember, x tends to 0, sine theta by theta is equal to how much? 1, right? So I will try to convert this sine 1 by x in terms of sine 1 by x by 1 by x. So I need here in the denominator 1 by x, so that I can use this one as identity. I can write directly as 1 this one. Okay, so to do that, what I will do, I will introduce. First let me write down x square here. Sine 1 by x divide by 1 by x. Now this I am putting something extra, right? So what you will do to balance it? Put 1 by x here. Okay, now you can see this portion become sine 1 by x by 1 by x. Identity, right, this portion. And this I have balanced it for this portion, because this I have put extra, right? Remember, you have done this kind of question in class 11. I hope you can recall back all these things. So this will become identity. Now you check this x and this x I can cancel, right? So what will be left out? Only x here. So this will become 1, and here can I put 0 directly? Yes, then it will be determinant value, right? So let me write down limit x tends to 0 minus x into sine 1 by x by 1 by x. So this I can break also, right? This separately I can write, this separately I can write, because see, when you will use x less than 0, what you will do? You will simply put here, put here, put here, right? So for that I can separate this also like this. It's not necessary, you can directly do also this one. X into limit x tends to 0 minus sine 1 by x 1 by x. This way also you can write, separate it. This portion 1, this portion 0. So 0 into 1, it will be 0 only. So in this way also you can write, or directly you can also write down limit x tends to 0, this. After that only directly you can write 0, if you have understood. Right now I can put 0 here, 0 here. This will be theta by theta. Sin theta by theta is what? 1, right? It is a determinant value after that. So once this will be 1, this you can put 0, right? X 0. So if you put 0 here, what you will get? 0 into 1. 0 into 1 will be 0 only. I hope it's clear. And one more thing, if you don't understand this one, means again you have not concentrated well in class 11. Anyway, if you have not understood this, let me know. I will explain these things again. Okay. So next is question number 25.